2024 is off to a fast start because McCall's has already released their early spring patterns. Hi, I'm Tiffany of Tip Stitch, and in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts about the new release from McCall's, their early spring 2024. Okay, we're going to start with our lowest number pattern and move up to the highest number. So that means that we're starting with the two Brandy Joan patterns, McCall's 8446 and McCall's 8447. Let's start with the dress, 8446. I really like this dress. It is a dress that I don't really need to have in my closet, but if I had a special event to go to where I needed a little bit of dressiness, I would probably go to this dress. I don't love it in the satin because I just don't like the shininess of satin, but I could see it in a matte satin, I could see it in a crepe, I could see it in a silk or a challis, and I could also see it in a sequins. Like this would have been fun for like a New Year's sort of like formal dress. It really reminds me of her previous pattern, McCall's 8383, which has the same front slit. Now that dress is for knit and it has an open back. So this is different in the fact that the back is closed, it's a woven, so it requires a zipper. It has some ruching to add some detail in the body, but the front slit is very much the same for both patterns, and I like a little leg, so I'm a fan of this pattern. Next up, she gives us something totally different in 8447, which is a very casual two-piece set. It's giving you like an elevated sweatsuit look, and I do really like that. I like the fact that the sleeves on the sweatshirt are two-pieced, so you could do some color blocking there. Now, I'm not usually a fan of a drop shoulder, but if it's oversized enough, I think I'll be okay with it. I'll have to see about that, but I do love the pin tuck on the pants and the fact that they look more like a pull-on tapered pant than a true jogger. So you get that comfort of being in a jogging suit, but you get the more elevated look of being pulled together. So I think I'm going to be grabbing both of these Brandy Joan patterns. Next up, we have another dress in 8448, and this is a dress that I could see myself making because one, I love knit dresses, and two, I love playing with stripes, and the way that the model has it on here with the stripes going in the different directions just really speaks to me. But you could certainly also do it with color blocking or pattern blocking. You could do it all in one color like view A here, but I'm not really a fan of that. I don't know how I feel about the asymmetrical hem, but it definitely works with the rest of the lines in the dress, and I do like that you have the sleeveless, long sleeve, and bell sleeve option here. So the more options to me, the better. So this is a good pattern to grab as well. Next up, I will definitely be grabbing 8449. This dress is me. It reminds me of a couple of other McCall dresses. I can't think of the pattern number of one of them right off the top of my head, but I've made it before in like a hatched pattern, and it turned out really great. And this is very similar, except for that dress buttoned all the way down, and this one is just a panel. Either way, I think it's super cute, and I can see myself making it. I like the midi length that the model has on, but I'm sure I would like the short length as well. I don't think I'd ever make it with the full sleeves, because again, I love a drop shoulder that's sleeveless, but I don't love a sleeved drop shoulder, so I don't really see myself making the sleeve version, but the dress itself is super cute. I probably even have a fabric in my stash already that would work really well with this pattern, so I can definitely see myself making it. It reminds me a lot of the Closet Core Periwinkle, which is one of their crew patterns. Now theirs does button all the way down like the McCall's one that I sort of mentioned previously, but that one you have to get with their crew subscription, which means you have to subscribe to the whole year. You can't just go in and buy that from their website. So if anybody eyed that last year and sort of liked it but didn't get the subscription, this is a very similar pattern that you could just grab now. 8450 is more of a semi-formal sort of look. It gives you the option of doing a sheath dress or like a jumpsuit with this big overskirt, I think with or without a train. Now this is definitely if you have like a semi-formal or formal event to go to. It's perfect in time for prom season, which my daughter will be attending soon, so maybe this will be on my roster if she likes it. I like a dramatic statement, so I like the removable detachable skirt. You can come in with the big entrance and then take it off and get down to partying. So I could see this being a really fun make and really fun to wear. You could also buy it if you just wanted to wear the dress or the jumpsuit I always like a jumpsuit. I love a formal jumpsuit because those type of events people typically think dresses, so you always stand out if you put on a jumpsuit. So I have no need for this unless my daughter says she wants it, but you could definitely grab it and wear it without the overskirt if you wanted to. Now, the next three patterns are not for me, and we're going to start with 8451. This is just a simple blouse pattern, a couple of different hemlines, a couple of different sleeve lengths, but it's just a little bit too blah for me, but could be a great staple if you just need to add some blouses to your wardrobe. And then 8452 is a cargo skirt. Now, cargo was still very much all the rage for the spring. We saw it all fall and winter, but it's still roaring on, and I love a cargo. I'm just not really sure that I love this skirt. Now, it may be the fact that the model is wearing the elasticized hem drawstring, and I'm never a fan of that in a skirt. I like it in pants, I just never like it in skirts. Don't know why. It's a fuller skirt, so I don't know. There's something about this that isn't really speaking to me. I much prefer Simplicity 9891, which is more of like a pencil skirt cargo option, like a little bit more fitted. I would probably grab that one over this one, but I mean, maybe this is more your jam. Now, 8453 is another one that just isn't quite my style. I have some tiered skirts that have the color blocking sort of similar to this, but they're more of the gathered ruffled look, whereas this is more like a bias drapey look. I also don't really understand why they didn't include at least like a simple crop top with this pattern. It just includes the skirts, so you'd have to find something else to match with it, and I just would never make or wear this style of skirt. Just personal preference. Now, a pattern that I will definitely be running to the store to get is McCall's 8454. I love this romper. It is giving me 90s vibe with this Skort front flap. Nothing's better than a skirt in the front and pants in the back. Like, it's the 90 girl in me. I love it. It gives me, like, I don't know, a comfortable but cute kind of look. It has a wrap front, which I'm also a fan of, and then there are a couple of sleeve options as well as 3 Skort front options, and my favorite is really view B with the pleats and the cargo pocket. It's giving me very much Destiny's Child Survivor video vibes. Like, do you remember Beyonce crawling out of the ocean in the desert and Kelly and Michelle coming out and they look like they were going to war? Like, if you made this in a camo or army green, I feel like it would give you the vibes of that video, and what's more 90s than that? Anyway, I'm definitely grabbing that one. I don't care that it's not the most practical make. Now, McCall's 8455 is a very practical make. If you go to the gym, for sure, and even if you just want to look like you go to the gym as well. It's a two-piece set with a crop top with either short sleeves or like a half sleeve and a long sleeve, and then you also have options for leggings here that lend themselves to color blocking. The thing that I think they missed the mark on here is, unless I missed it, the description does not say anything about pockets in the leggings, and these leggings are screaming for pockets. Okay, if they don't have pockets, I'm gonna make pockets. Like, I'm gonna make it work. The seam in the leg is just saying make me a pocket. I'm gonna make it a pocket. Now, the crop top I like. The problem that I have with this, at least on the model on the pattern envelope, is that it's a little baggy right under the bust. There's elastic in the hem, so it holds tight there, but I think if you just size down, because the big 5 patterns tend to run a little extra in ease, I think if you size down, that will all be nice and tight and in. I just don't like sort of the blousy look at the bottom of it, because it's supposed to be athleisure wear, which needs to be sort of skin tight. I mean, that's the vibe. So I think that is a really cute option. I would make it. I know my daughter's gonna want it, so I'm gonna have to buy it in both size ranges. This is a very practical two-piece set, regardless if you actually work out or not, you'd still wear it. Now, McCall's 8456 missed the mark for me, because I like that there are a lot of pieces. I always like that there are a lot of views in one pattern. I feel like you get more bang for your buck that way, but I am not a fan of these pieces put together. There's nothing really wrong with the line drawings, but I just don't like the outfit on the model. I can't really put my finger on why I don't like this one, but I don't. Sorry, guys. Now, McCall's 8457 is one that I do like, or at least I like the view that the model has on. I'm not as much of a fan of the sketches that they have have on the side, but I don't, maybe it's just that it's the sketch and not on a real person. I do like it on the model. I like the tie waist. What it really reminds me of is the tape pattern that was oh so popular last year because of the big wide legs of the jumpsuit with the very high waistline. I didn't think that pattern was for me because I just didn't think I could pull it off. And I'm not sure that I can pull this one off, but there is a plus size model on the cover, so maybe I should give it a try. I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence about this one. And then we have a unisex pattern with 8458. It is a jogger pattern with, well, it's not really, I guess it's a cargo pant pattern. Again, cargo very much here for like the next couple of seasons, I guess. And I like it, but I don't like have to have it. Anytime you have a unisex pattern, you're gonna have a looser cut or a looser fit on a woman. And while that may be something I would want in a cargo pant, I already have a couple of cargo pant options that I haven't made. So I probably need to make those first before adding yet another cargo pant to my collection. But if you're really into cargos, I think these are cute, and it of course could be unisex. I would never make view C without the pockets. It just looks too plain. And I would probably never make view A because I don't know, I just don't wear that length of short, but maybe you would. And then lastly, because we're not going over any of the craft or retro or kids patterns, is McCall's 8459. And this to me looks very much like a bowling shirt. If you're into that, I think this is probably a great pattern, a great staple pattern. You can make it in a lot of different colors, a lot of different color pairings, and get a lot of use out of it. It could definitely be something that you would keep in your rotation. But this isn't just the type of shirt that me nor my husband would wear. But if you did, this would be great for you. So like I said, these are all the patterns that I'm going to go over in this review. You let me know in the comments if you agree with me and which patterns you'll be grabbing. And also let me know, are you already sewing for spring? I'm still very much in fall and winter. I guess I need to catch up. Until next time, happy sewing. Bye.